What's up? What's going on, my loves? Jasmine Atten here, Mystic at the Crossroads. I hope y'all are doing well. Happy Tuesday, happy full moon, happy witches season, all of that good stuff. As per usual, I am sitting here preparing some candles for the full moon, getting ready to do some client work, and I thought I would share this with you guys. A lot of people have been asking what can they do, like a simple easy ritual. Hey Rochelle, hi Tiffany, hi ladies, thanks for joining. Hey Chris, what can they do for the full moon that can be sort of all purpose or multi-purpose for this energy that's coming in? A lot of you may know I talk about this a lot, but during what we call the witches season, right? Halloween is the witches' new year, and this is the last full moon that we have during this amazing magical time. The veil is thinning. We have the Day of the Dead coming up. If you're going to honor your ancestors, we have Samhain, Halloween coming up. So it's a very magical time. And any time of the year, anytime you're doing like a full moon or a new moon, yes, there's powerful energies that correlate to that, but you only get this energy this time of year because the veil between the physical realm and the spirit world, the universe, connecting to your ancestors or loved ones or deities or angels, demons, spirits, whoever you work with, this is the time where being able to kind of take this energy and push it in order for it to show up and manifest into your life is right now. Hey Ivan, hi guys, thanks for watching. Please share this video, like it, share it. That really helps my content here on Facebook and if you're watching the replay on YouTube. So I figured while I'm sitting here, I might as well share with you guys. I always tell everybody, if you think about it, holiday season is coming. You've got Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas, you've got the New Year. We're all kind of feeling this place of figuring out how we're going to do better for next year. And that's, you know, that's straight across the board every year, but just given the inevitable, right? The things that have been going on in the world, in the country and all that sort of stuff. You want to be very prepared. We all want to make sure that next year is better than this year and damn sure better than what 2020 has brought us. Hi, Catherine. Catherine says, hello, love. I hope you're well. I send you many blessings. Thank you for your tutorials. You are welcome. You are so welcome. I appreciate it. Please leave your comments below. If I don't say hello to you, I'm not ignoring you. It's just names are passing by really quickly. But we are officially in the season of the witch. Shout out to you, Libras. Libra season is coming to an end. Scorpio season is on the horizon. My moon is in Scorpio, by the way. And it's a full moon in Aries, so there's a lot of energy around us, aside from the fact that the Mercury in retrograde has gone direct. So again, there's just a lot of energy brewing in the cauldron that can help you with your manifestations and setting your intentions for next year. So if you're waiting till December, like I don't believe in New Year's resolutions per se. I believe in setting intentions for the year. If you're waiting till then, you're too late. You have to start now so that what you're asking for can already sort of start brewing and show up for you at the beginning of the year. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to talk and bear with me, y'all. I'm just gonna finish dressing these candles, but Jinx removing. I'm doing a combination spell using freestanding candles. And the reason why I'm using this freestanding candle is because we're in the full moon energy now. So I tell people this, and I'm going to remind you all, this is a friendly reminder. If you're waiting until the day of the full moon to light your 7-day candles, you're already too late. Should have been did that. Unless you're doing work to clear out. Freestanding candles like this will burn out typically, depending, right, on the energy. This will burn out in a night, so it may take a few hours. I believe when you purchase these, they're listed as like 16-hour burns. They've never burned that long for me, but they can. So if you're going to do any spell work on the full moon that you want to manifest quickly and you don't want to wait 4 or 5 days for your glass candle to burn out, I suggest working with these. You could even use stick candles, or you could use figure candles in the shape that correlates to the desire that you're working on, right? If you're trying to do work that's going to bring in something, think about it. The full moon is the end of a cycle, right? You're losing energy. What are you going to bring in when you light your candles on the full moon and the energy is dying versus lighting your candles a week before the full moon and the energy is growing. You're kind of impregnating that energy. So when the full moon pops, it peaks, right? The water breaks, the baby's coming. That energy is being released into the universe. So that's just a little witchy tip for you guys. My one of my best friends, and she should know this. Like, she was like, oh, the full moon's Wednesday. I have time. Like, I'll light my candles then. And I'm like, no, you don't have time. You should have lit them a week ago. But whatever, do you? So anyway, I'm doing a double action candle. Now, I wanted to show you guys. Some people know, some people don't. These two candles, this is a reversal. This is a double action. They typically get cross-referenced, and this is usually referred to as a reversal candle. It can be, you can use this for reversal work, but this is not a reversal candle. So when you see them green and black, red and black, white and black, no. Reversal candles are red on the inside and black on the outside. And these do come in figure form also, male and female. So I want to clear up that misconception. However, they can be used interchangeably. Some of you may be familiar with what's called budding the candle, where you cut the tip off, you carve a new tip on the bottom, and you burn it from the bottom down. That's how you would make this into a reversal candle. So you most certainly can. However, that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to use this as it is, as a Jinx removing double action candle. Each side is going to be dressed differently. So the black side will be dressed with certain herbs and oils. The white side would be dressed in different herbs and oils. The trick is, now I know a lot of you are going to be like, wait a minute, now I'm confused. I am going to burn this on a mirror. However, I'm not burning this on a mirror for the reversal aspect. I'm burning it on a mirror to heighten and increase the energy around it. So that's going to be a little bit of the difference, and I'm going to go into the different herbs and oils and give you guys, if there is an alternative or substitution, I will list that, or you can ask me as we go along. So I'm just putting some incense on because I have my working candle and I always have incense going. So, all right, let's get started. What I have done, I have already inscribed on the candle, and with the double action candle, the white is to bring in. This is multi-purpose, so you can use this particular candle for anything that you want. If you were doing green, of course, that would be for money or business, stability, even healing, right? I've even seen people use green for love. If you were using red, it would be for love, for attraction, maybe even for protection. If all else fails, you can always use white. So I'm not going to read what's on the candle. That's a confidential petition. Hey, Jacqueline, for the client, but just to give you an idea is you can always, on the black portion, so what I did was I wrote it, I don't know if it's backwards, but I wrote it from here down. And you can just write something like, I break and banish any all negativity that's been directed to me. That's like a super, you can get more detailed based on your situation, but that's just sort of like an umbrella way of doing it. And then you would write from the bottom up what it is that you're asking to bring in, and then you address it with the appropriate herbs and oils. My purple candle, so this particular spell that I'm doing for this client, we have confirmed, like beyond a doubt, there has been spell work purposefully directed to her. So in addition to doing this, we're also going to use purple, which is used for breaking curses, hexes, jinxes, negative energy, spells, evil eye, you name it, we're going to do that. Again, because this, I don't have 7, 8, 9 days to work on this. We're using stick candles. We're using this candle because the goal is to have this done and burned out tonight. Today's Wednesday, right? No, today's Tuesday. So Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, I typically work spells 3 nights in a row. So my goal is to have this burned down completely by Thursday night so it can be buried and disposed of and everything. So I'm going to show you guys how I dress this really quickly. And who has plans for the full moon? Anybody doing anything magical? If you weren't sure what to do, this is great all-purpose. Shanta says, first time catching you live. Hey, my love. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't, maybe you just, okay, let me slow down. What I love about this is maybe you just want to do a general cleansing of yourself, right? You want to do a general kind of sweeping of funky energy. you want to just remove whatever blockages could be around you. Maybe you don't have any witchcraft on you. Maybe you just were like, you know what? I just want to do an overall cleansing to make sure that my money continues to flow, my family is good, I'm healthy, my relationships start to flourish, the things that I set out to do are prosperous. You can do this just as a all-purpose. And I suggest most people quarterly or twice a year or once a year, something. You should do some sort of house cleaning, right? Spiritually and energetically. Andrea says, I feel like I need a general cleansing. Well, this is the best time, love. Set that intention now before the end of the year. Like whatever y'all done went through this year, leave it here, quite honestly. So this is something that can really be done anytime. But if you have time and you have a few dollars to get one of these candles, they're not super expensive. I would suggest doing that now. So I'm using uncrossing oil. And I'm gonna use this on the purple candles. So I'm using uncrossing oil. And I'm using Jinx removing oil. I didn't make these. I do make oils. I still make oils, but it takes me, they just have to sit for so long. And at this point, I'm too busy to make them and let them sit for 30 days. So I did get my oils. I like to go, in case you're looking for a reputable vendor where they make their own stuff, you can do Eye of the Cat or the Crooked Path, and they both ship. They are owned by witches, and I like their products. So, and they're affordable. What I consider affordable. So I would consider those two places, Crooked Path and Eye of the Cat. Another thing too with this full moon, with any full moon, with any spell work in general, you want to be very clear on the energy and the intention that you are putting out there in the petition, like the way you word things, the way you write things, the way you kind of just set your intention out, especially when you're doing double action candles. So I'm going to dress the black side first, the banishing side first, and then I'm going to go in and dress the other side. Someone said, what's your Instagram name? My Instagram name is One Ritual Away. If you guys have not, if you don't know yet, I have a podcast now. And I just started a podcast. Our first episode aired yesterday with my co-creators. This was such a blessing. It was such a blessing. And this was kind of something that I've wanted to do and manifest it, was with my business mentor, Toshar, who is a transformational business coach and is by far absolutely just amazing. She's taught me a lot because I'm a witch. I'm not a marketer and I don't have a degree in business. So, but she has shared things with me to help me scale my business so that I am able to be more of a service to you guys. So I've collaborated with her, and I've collaborated with Tony, who's another just very skilled and knowledgeable practitioner. And I love the fact that we all come from different spiritual backgrounds and different areas of witchcraft, right, and magic. So we have a podcast called Real Talk with Witches, and we have a Facebook group. So if you guys haven't joined it, it's Real Talk with Witches. Go over there. You can join our Facebook group. Our podcast airs twice a month now. And that's kind of what's been brewing, why I haven't been so active on social media, because I've been working on creating more content to help those of you help yourself so we can all manifest a better 2022. So thank you for all the congratulations. If anyone could please share this video and Let's Talk Magic for me. I just can't share as I'm dressing. I would really appreciate that. Do you have a Telegram? I don't have a Telegram. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll look into that. That's a good question though. Thank you. So what am I using? I'm using Rue. And Rue is excellent for, so Rue can be used for reversing work. It's good for hex breaking. It's good for removing negative energy. It's good for banishing. I'm also using some cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. I put it on everything. Anything you want to get rid of bad juju, cayenne pepper. And then I have some hyssop. Hyssop is for cleansing. And I'm kind of overkill. I'll tell you one thing. You don't need all of this stuff. If you had some red pepper and rue, you'd be good with that. Agrimony is a alternative. You don't really need the hyssop. I'm just being extra, and it may or may not stick too well on this candle. So here is a little, hi Mika. Andrea says, I have all of those. Yes, sister, winning. Here is a witchy tip. When you're doing banish work, if you're clearing away negative energy and you don't have reversing oil or hex breaking or anything, use coconut oil. Coconut is for removing bad luck, bad energy, bad juju. It's great for cleansing. It's also a very thick oil, so it will help whatever you want to stick to your candle, stick to your candle. It also helps your candles burn down a little bit faster. So that's a witchy trick and tip. I'm letting y'all in on all the tea today. I do, you know, I'll just put to you like this. Don't nobody have 16 hours to sit and watch a candle burn unless you're going to be home all day or up all night. So if you need your candles to burn just a little bit quicker, with a little bit more energy, use some coconut oil on the part that you're banishing. Don't use coconut oil for things you're trying to bring in because there's a different energetic feel to it. Andrea says, every time I watch videos, I have to get a notepad and pen. Yes, take notes. I'm going to upload this on my YouTube channel, Mystic at the Crossroads. So if you miss anything, if I'm going too fast, you can just always watch the replay. And most importantly, got to have your Jesus juice while you're doing spell work. Okay, so moving on, we're going to dress the white part of the candle, right? So this particular candle spell is to uncross the client's love life, relationship. So we're going to use herbs that pertain to that. Again, white is all purpose. So you could, if this was for money, you could dress it for money. If this was for self-love, you could dress it for self-love, protection, so forth, right? You guys get the picture, but that's specifically what we're doing with this today. That kind of reminds me, and this is going to be an upcoming episode that we're going to do. I'm not sure if it's going to be this episode or if it's going to be the one after for Halloween, about petition writing and, you know, how to harness that energy and write your petitions and cast your spells to get the results that you want. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story about that too. Hey Angelina, hey Jasmine, so glad I caught your live. What did you say was the name of your group? I'd love to join. It is Real Talk with Witches. So when you're done watching this video, go over there, send a request to join, and myself or one of the other admins will be so happy to add you guys. So I'm going to share a little story with you while I'm dressing this candle. And I've learned this. I made a bit of a mistake. And it happens, right? It's all about learning and growing. But remember when I tell you guys about being specific and being cautious with your petitions and your wording and your spell casting? You guys know I've always been very open with you about my life and stuff like that, despite being a private person. So it's kind of difficult for me to, actually I'm doing this, kind of difficult for me to share certain things on social media for obvious reasons. But I did a love spell. This was it last year? No, it was 2019. I did a love spell October 2019. And I had been single at the time, and I've done love spells and they've always worked, right? It just has always worked. If any of you had took my self-discovery through self-mastery class with Oyi, you would know I had mentioned in one of the classes at that time, right, in 2019, I said I wanted to be married and pregnant by the end of 2020 and on a trip out of the country somewhere. Well, talk about writing petitions and needing to be careful what you wish for. So what a lot of people don't know was I got engaged last year. Save your congratulations. I got engaged last year and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't announce it on Facebook or anything like that. This is Orris Root, by the way. I'll talk to you guys about this. I got engaged last year to someone that I really, you know, liked, love, all that good stuff, and really thought that this was going to be a great relationship for me. And boy, oh boy, I got unengaged this year. Let's just say my love spell worked to a certain extent because I manifested what I wanted. I manifested a trip to Puerto Vallarta, all expense paid out of the country. I manifested a man who was ready to start a family and all that, who turned out to be a total and complete narcissist. And I know it's like, well, damn, Jasmine, you didn't see that coming? Yeah, my tarot cards didn't have a card that said, warning, narcissist. So I say that to you to say, if you are planning to do any type of love-related work for yourself this full moon, if you are planning to write out a petition for anything that you're trying to attract into your life, you might want to listen to my next podcast on what not to do. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. This is not sticking. However, if you want to know how not to manifest a narcissist, listen to that podcast. It was funny though. I did a vision board, and he proposed with the exact ring that I had on my vision board, everything I wanted. But I was just dealing with somebody who needed some spiritual and emotional help, and being an empath, I think I kind of attracted that to myself. Ooh, but boy, oh boy, that was a hell of a whirlwind last year. And again, I say that to say, it just reminds me as I'm dressing this candle and as I'm doing this particular podcast on writing your petitions effectively, how not to word them in a way where you manifest everything you want and a little bit of what you don't want. I don't know if you guys can relate or if anyone's been involved with a narcissist before, but let me tell you, that shit is for the birds. That's one relationship I was happy is over. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I guys did. I just used some come to me oil, but the problem was the herbals were not sticking on here, so I added some honey. That's gonna help. That is going to help everything kind of stick and mesh. And this is messy. You know, spell work is messy, honey. It is. So if you're not into getting your hands a little dirty, I don't know what to tell you. You could use gloves if you want to, but for me, I don't like using gloves. I want to feel the energy of the ingredients that I'm using. I don't mind it. So I will probably transfer this to another plate just so it's a little cleaner and a little prettier. Or maybe not. I just might let all this good stuff sit here so it can all marinate together. The choice is yours, really. Hold on. Now, some people will say, I've heard a lot of people say when you're working with mirrors, don't look into the mirror. I mean, that's a personal preference. I don't really live by that rule, but you can if you want to. Okay. Bear with me. I'm just trying to get my bearings and get things a little bit neater so we can dress these purple candles, get them on this thing and ready to go. Catherine says, I just divorced one and I understand completely. Girl, listen, let me tell you, all the psychic energy powers and everything, that was a lot. I think being natural and being a healer and being empathic, you know, you want to help a person and you want to be there for them and you want to be supportive and you want to make your relationship work. I mean, hell, he put a ring on it. I was like, all right, let me try to heal him and make this work. Woo! I dodged a bullet there, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting y'all know you have to be very careful with magic, what you're asking for, and being very clear on what you're asking for, because I learned a very valuable lesson. And I'm grateful for it. So, hey, Ebony. Let's see. Just goes to show you, be specific and be specific about, yes, you have to be specific about what you want specifically. So now we're going to address the Spellbreaker candles. And hold on. I think I'm going to do, I'm thinking, you know, oh, you know what I want? I know what I want. I should have done this before I came on here. This is real life. Where is it? Agrimony. Agrimony is excellent. Where are you? Okay, come on, spirits. Demons of taking my herbals and hiding them from me. Bear with me. I call myself being organized. Y'all see this? I'm trying to be organized. However, sometimes some things are not meant to be used, so if I can't find it, this is how I feel. If I'm looking for something and I can't find it, it's not meant, like you're just not meant to use it. So we're going to address the spell breaking candles. I'm going to inscribe, let's see what I do. Spellbreaker, Jinx remover. I'm going to inscribe on this one. So sometimes it's easier to keep it super simple, like keep your terms. You could write full sentences out on these, but just keep it very simple. Use words of power. You could inscribe sigils. You could put jinx removing, hex breaking, spell breaking, so forth. Let's see. Catherine says, can you do the same work with one black candle and one white candle next to each other? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Good question. So I think kind of the idea, I'll say this to you. The reason why this candle is created as double action, the whole purpose of it is to burn one aspect and then burn another. So essentially you're doing two spells in one. You're letting one energy flow and then a second energy flow. So if you're going to do black and white, could you burn them together simultaneously? You could. Or you could burn one and then follow up with that second one. I mean, at the end of the day, I still think it will be effective. However, these candles were created this way for a reason. Jasmine, is it Real Talk with Witches or is it Real Talk with Witches TM? Yeah, it's Real Talk with Witches trademark. Thank you for asking. So spell breaking, remove, jinxes. So what is everybody working on? I'm curious. You can share if you want to. You don't have to. I'm curious to see in the comments who's working on what for this full moon. Did y'all know this was like the biggest full moon of the year? Like the witch's full moon? Let me just... So if I wasn't talking to you... Y'all hear that? If I wasn't talking to you, I would be speaking out loud over these candles. 1 second. I can't walk and chew bubblegum. I'll forget what I was trying to write. Okay, so there we go with that. So let's get our Spellbreaker oil. This is from Crooked Path. Yaya says, root is awesome. It's for banishing. Yes, it is. This is probably one of, I think, 3 different spells that I'm going to be working on between tonight and Thursday. If you guys want me to share some more, you can let me know. I did another love spell, right? I did one for myself, actually, recently. And, okay, you guys want to hear something else funny? Angela says, while speaking over them. Yeah, so typically, hold on, I'm trying to read. Angela says, what would you say? Jacqueline says, clearing negative energy. Absolutely. So before I came on, I already prayed over everything. I smudged the candles. I did all of that. If I wasn't on a live video, I would just be sitting here speaking the words of intention and reiterating what I've just shared with you onto the candle. I kind of did that. I just saved the dressing portion to share and show you guys. So I did a love spell for myself. And something kind of funny happened. It's funny, not funny. It's funny to me. I'm going to just tell you guys, because I think it's funny. So, now that I'm newly single, happily newly single, right? I decided to set my profile up on a dating site. And y'all know, if you've ever done a consultation with me, like for love work and love spells, I tell you ladies, go on a dating site. They're fun. It's a catalog of men trying to fight for your attention. Why not? Or women, whatever's your prerogative. I don't know. And the other night, I got a message from someone that was like, I don't know if this is a legit profile, but I follow you on YouTube. And I was like, how embarrassing, right? So one of my YouTube/Facebook followers found me on POF. How about that shit? And I was just like, yep, witches need love too. It's true. A girl's on POF. I don't know. I just think it's hilarious, quite honestly. So I will give y'all an update on who I manifest this go around and see what happens. But I just thought that was funny. Let's see. Who has any? Angela says, awesome. I'm trying to look at your questions so I don't miss anybody. Every time I touch my phone, it does something weird. So I might stop doing that. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions? So Spellbreaker. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the agrimony on here. And I said this last time, I don't get too caught up in the up or down. Sometimes when I'm just on a roll, I'll just be putting the oil on the candle. Just get it on the candle. It's going to work. Up, down, it's going to work. So I don't have my coconut oil handy. That's okay. It doesn't take a lot. So you see, we're just going to dress it like so. And we're going to stick it to the plate and light it. The last ingredient that I have, which is optional, I don't know. I mean, I do know why they make these child safety things, but sheesh, they sure are inconvenient on these lighters. I'll show you guys in a second. Which is an added, it's not required, but it's helpful to have. Let me do, I stuck this one down without dressing it. So, again, I'm heavy-handed. There's like a ton of stuff on this plate. You don't have to be as heavy-handed as me. That's just kind of how I roll. And I'm just going to leave this on here because it's going to be added energy for this spell. Oh, Father of the Bride, come on. Fire safety, by the way, y'all. Don't leave your freestanding candles unattended for too long. So if you're going to do a ritual like this, it's good to do it when you have the energy, when you're not going to fall asleep, when you have time to sit with it. I mean, it's okay if you got to go into another room or do whatever, but keep an eye, because what happens is these candles, they're so heavily dressed, they will burn very quickly. This particular one, it has a flat surface, so it'll stand up and it should be okay. But these little ones, like trying to secure them down to the bottom of your plate, they don't always stand up. Like, they can fall over. I've had that to happen, so just be careful. And then last but not least, where is it? Yeah, that's not going to stick too much, but that's okay. Did I? Okay, never mind. I thought I brought it. Luna. Anyway, I hate when this happens. I thought I had everything prepared, and I don't know if it's the fairies in this house. I don't know. Somebody be taking my stuff. But rosemary. I just went out to the garden and clipped some fresh rosemary, and now I can't find it. But you can put some fresh rosemary, and yes, you can use dried, but if you have the option to pick up some fresh rosemary, or if you're growing some rosemary, you can put rosemary around this to add some stronger, a bit of living energy to your spell work. So this is it. Simple. You see, it didn't take me too long. I think I've only been running my mouth for like 20 minutes here. And that's how you dress a double action candle. Let's see. What are your do's and don'ts for death spells? That's a great question. So that depends. My do's and don'ts for death spells. One, I believe all spell work should be justified, whether that's hexing, cursing, or whatnot. I think it's a moral decision when it comes to doing a death spell. I don't do them. This is how I feel. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. If a mofo deserves a hex, I'm hexing him. Period. I'm not, that's not, I don't go around hexing people, but I do believe that you're within your right to defend yourself and your family and your livelihood at any means possible. I've always been the love and light, let karma deal with them. No, fuck that. Sometimes witches have to be the karma. If whatever you choose to do, if you do a hex, you do whatever, and whatever happens to that person has a lot to do with the energy that they've already set out and the karma that they have. Let the chips fall where they may. I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do. Personally, I don't do death spells. I don't wish people death. I feel like their own fucked up energy will do that anyway, but I will be the catalyst with a reversal candle or a black candle to just send back to you what you didn't send out, and maybe just a little extra. So I hope that answers your question. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I'll save that story for another time. I don't want to get myself in trouble. YouTube is already wanting to demonetize me, but yeah, do you, boo. This is my thing. It has to be justified, and this is what I've learned, and I'll tell you guys. Check in with yourself emotionally, and something that I am learning a lot, I'm a Pisces, right? I have a moon in Scorpio. And I'm petty. It's important to find grounding and to be very clear on what your intentions is, and ask yourself, are you doing your spell work from an emotional place, or are you doing it from a logical place? Don't do anything you're going to regret, and don't act on pure emotions. unless you know that what you are sending out is justified. I don't believe in the threefold law, and I don't believe in free will. I believe in getting the results that I want by any means necessary within reason. I do believe in karma. So you can't just be out here casting spells on people because they pissed you off, or because they blocked your car in, or even, you know, there's a number of scenarios. I don't want to trigger anybody. I feel like you have to look at what the lesson is in some things before you just go off and hex someone because you're emotional about it. Like, ask yourself, is this justified? Am I being emotional? Was this my karma that created this? Was this a lesson that I was supposed to learn? Because you might hex somebody and that hex ends up hitting you. So I'm gonna leave that there because I could go on and on and on and on. But yeah, so magical babies. This is how you do a double action spell. This is how you remove bad luck and fix your love life. This is how you do spell breaking candles. And I just shared with you guys my most embarrassing story about being on a dating site and newly not engaged. But hey, it is what it is. That's life, right? Jamal says, hi, Queen. Hey, boo. Yaya says, yes, that's why I love you. They came for me and caused death in my family, so I'm coming for them. Hey, listen, do what you got to do, my love. Honestly, do what you got to do. I'm not here to judge, and like I said, I can't tell you what to do, but I want you to just ask yourself, if they caused death in your family, was the person who transitioned, was there any energy around them? Was there karma? Were they ready to go? I don't know. I'm just saying, this is just food for thought. And if you coming for them, shit, girl, do it, honey. Get you some goofer's dust, some graveyard dirt, and a plethora of black candles, and good luck to you, sis. All right, I got other candles to dress. Join my Facebook group, Real Talk with Witches. If you guys want me to do a video, I want to try to get one more in. If you guys want me to do a Q&A, so I'm gonna let y'all decide. Why don't you leave in the comments? I can do a couple of things. I can do a Q&A for this full moon. I can show you guys a love ritual if you want to see it. Or if you have a suggestion that you want me to speak on between tonight and really tomorrow, since it's the full moon, or if you want to know anything about working with Halloween, Samhain energy, leave it below. Comment it down below. I will get that done. Other than that, I love y'all. Magic Tribe. I'm going to sit here and drink my sangria and dress some more candles. I will see y'all later. Angela says Q&A will be great. Okay, we got one vote for Q&A. I'll be checking back in the comments to see what you guys say, and I will see y'all, if not tonight, I'll see y'all tomorrow.